Hello everyone, welcome back to the #1 Divine Intervention virtual event, D.I.V.E for short. You'll see D.I.V.E all over. We are posting it all over social media. This is where 49 guests, non-guru status experts, share strategies for you to monetize your calling. In our Google Hangouts, we are on day 4 of the D.I.V.E Social Summit, and I will be introducing my very special guest to you in just a moment. So throughout the 49 days of the Social Summit, my guest will be helping you to expand your lifestyle, your spiritual business, and the planet with your soul purpose. I'm so excited. It's just been an absolute blast to get the D.I.V.E Social Summit actually out there. So you'll be able to leave with one strategy or more that really resonates with you, that helps you to put the groove back into your business and help you find your mojo. And I'm sure this hangout is going to be very special. We have 20 minutes today with my guest, and you can keep using the hashtag D.I.V.E Live Online as we share our divine drops of inspiration within our community. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you haven't experienced the D.I.V.E Social Summit as yet, you'll see on my lower third, you'll be able to click on www.D.I.V.E Live Online and come into the community and join us, because that's where the party's at. So I have a very special guest, Dawn Andrews, and I'm going to be introducing her formally in just a moment. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Iona Mead. I help helping and healing professionals, service-based and spiritual business owners to achieve and maintain greater financial freedom and have peace of mind. I'm a vision and life purpose business coach based here in the UK. So I will introduce you to Dawn. Welcome, Dawn. Hi, Dawn. Are you unmuted?
Hello, here I am.
Hi. Dawn,
we just had a conversation about the mute button.
Yeah, exactly. Dawn is a Hollywood business strategist and founder of D.I.V.E, and her expertise around business strategy and consulting and video content and marketing for business. And guys, just to let everybody know, Dawn, that if they want to ask you some questions, I'm sure they'll have some juicy questions by the time we're going through the hangout. I've got so many questions to ask you, so brace yourself.
I'm ready.
They can do that below. Okay, so Dawn, would you share with our audience a little bit? I've been asking everybody what their purpose is and how it's kind of unfolded for them. Would you share with our audience just so they know a little bit?
Sure.
Right.
So when I very first started my coaching business, I don't know that I was really clear on my purpose. I just was drawn to and excited about the possibility of coaching and learning the processes and the skills that went with that. And that led to discovering my purpose, sort of in pursuing something I was curious about. My purpose is to help everyone on the planet understand that they are extraordinary and that they make a difference. And when I say everybody, myself included, you included, everyone included. I want everybody to understand and know that they are extraordinary, unique, and that because they exist, they make a difference.
I am muted. I love that. Thank you. And so, you know, everybody's purpose is different and unique, as we know, but just tuning into that and saying, you know, and saying it out loud, it's just so inspiring. And I know that a lot of you might have found your purpose, and so we're talking about monetizing your purpose. We're going to dive deep into Dawn's strategy in just a moment. But as you know, Dawn's contributed a freebie to the D.I.V.E Social Summit. I'm going to ask her if she doesn't mind sharing that with you. We'll talk about that in just a moment. So Dawn, your freebie is, I love this, from Video D-List to Video Diva, easy tips to boost your business and look like a pro on camera. So I've yet to master that, and I'm tapping into Dawn's wisdom. Can you share a little bit more with our audience on your freebie that you've contributed, please, Dawn?
Yes, it's a 3-video web series, and each of the videos is designed to take you a little bit deeper into all of the basic skills that you need to look like a pro on camera and to use video and video marketing and video content creation to help build your business. And so Each video has a theme. The first one is really understanding what video is, where it fits in your business, why it's worth doing. The second one gives you a few more tips and gets you breaking through the fears that a lot of people have on camera, because everybody has a little bit of something something once that electric eye gets turned on. And then the third video talks about the 11 mistakes that most people when they're new to video make, that are hard to see when you're making them, but they're really easy to fix. And so by the time you're done with all three, you'll have the power, the confidence, and the ability to just go out and start making video.
Oh, awesome. I love that. And so I have gone through the training myself, guys, and I'm not kidding, the nuggets of wisdom, and I'm just sitting, just watching Dawn as she's sharing on, and you're modeling exactly what you were teaching, which is really, really nice, and doing that authentically. And so for me, I was sharing with Dawn in the green room, I'm thinking, gosh, you don't even know how long that held me back in my business. I would do audio, I would do PowerPoint, I would do everything but actually get on camera. So launching the social summit and doing it with Hangouts is just crazy. So for me, I think it is about, I love the piece, we were talking about the confidence piece, and sharing a little bit about that. I'd like to dive into that, if you will.
I would love to, yeah. What was interesting that you shared with me is one of the things I talk about in the videos is that we think that we have to be confident before we do video, when it's actually the reverse. We do video, and then because we're doing it, we become more confident. So just like with networking, at first it's really difficult to walk into a room of business people or new people that you've never met, but you do it, and you do it because it's part of growing your business, and we're willing to do it because it's in person and it's a medium or a world that we're familiar with because we're live and in person every day. But video definitely has a little bit of a barrier because you're having this relationship with an electronic item, and you don't necessarily get the head nods or the mm-hms or the feedback that what you're doing is at connecting with people. So instead of being confident before you get on camera, you got to jump in front of the camera first so that you can become confident speaking to your people through the camera lens. You can't wait. You got to just do it, and then it gets a lot better really quickly.
Yeah, definitely. You're in your space and you're just having a conversation, and I know that you share about you talking into that camera lens and then just imagining, actually, it's one of your tribe, it's one of your people, whether they're an imaginary client because you haven't got many clients right now, or if they're your favorite client that light you up and you want to share your message or the next thing that you want to get out there. Yeah. And I love Dawn that you share. I'm not sure if it's in your freebie or in your webinar that you can share. You will be hosting as part of, as a follow-on and digging deeper into that series, as if there wasn't enough value. But I know you talk about, the whole process of what you can use video for, where you can fit it into your business, and I know that you talk about creating a video for an opt-in, and we know that we say, to build our tribe, to monetize our calling, to get our gifts out there, that all-important opt-in page, should we put a video or should we not? And you explain a little bit about using that, if you're not very confident, just using that as a starting point, maybe?
Absolutely. So for me, with what I'm teaching through my Video Diva Bootcamp, I have everybody start with the opt-in process because I'm looking for video to show you the money as quickly as possible and show you your tribe, see who's resonating with you. And if you start with the opt-in video first, an effective opt-in video can even be as short as 30 seconds long. I've seen some that short that just are compelling and grab you and you're excited to learn more, and so you'll share your information because they've given you a little nugget in 30 seconds that's super valuable. And then being able to use video afterwards as your free giveaway. Video in general is perceived as more valuable just because it's electronic. So if you think about it, I just did Christmas with my kids and found beautiful toys for them that had the same price tag as their little handheld devices. The other is far more valuable to them. They're drawn to the electronics. They want to relate to digital, electric, technology. So just creating something in video straight away makes the opt-in freebie appear more valuable. And then it is actually more valuable because people will spend 2 minutes with your video when, if they're not immediately compelled and grabbed by a blog post you've written or a digital ebook, they'll put those down. They won't necessarily dive in and dig deeper unless you have just an incredibly compelling title, or it's so spot on with the marketing that you've reached into their pain. They'll dig into a video and be more curious and more sort of flexible with watching for 2 minutes. And so we focus on the opt-in video in all the free materials that I give away, and then also through the boot camp.
Awesome, awesome. I love that. And guys, the link will be down below. And I will announce how you can ask Dawn some questions live in our green room towards the end of this house. So, you know, go and grab that. Freebie is just, our guests are sharing so much in this social summit. We really are playing full out, modeling for you what it is to be in service. And Dawn talks about using video to be in service to your divine tribe, reaching them and connecting, and what better way to do that. A lot of people have said to me, Dawn, that as I've done, and I've got guests onto the social summit, they're saying, are you recording this conversation? I'm saying, no. And they go, wow, because the energy, and I know that you talk about, before we dive into your strategy, I just want to touch on this, guys, because Dawn gives away not only what you could be doing in your business and finding a way for that to, and checklists, finding a way for that to fit you in your business, but actually the 11 mistakes, what not to do as well. And I know that you're saying about that low energy when you're getting on a camera and you're just kind of all monotone and just, you know, you look like you just don't want to be there. Can you touch, before we share our strategy about monetizing our calling that our audience can take away, can you just touch on maybe one or two of the mistakes that you share? Is that in the freebie or is in the webinar?
That part's in the third part of the free web series. So if you decide that this is for you and you opt in, you'll get that in the third part of the web series.
Awesome.
Okay, so a couple of mistakes. So these are the things that are hard to see because we can't see ourselves. That's why you got to put yourself on camera, do a little test. So they're hard to see, but they're easy to fix. And the first one is low energy. And what happens for people is they get on camera, and it's different when you're actually filming yourself as opposed to like a selfie. When it's a selfie, we're like, haha, isn't this kind of funny? We're making a selfie, and the camera's right here, and it's in your hand, and you have the whole world around you, and you're a little more relaxed. But when you actually set the camera down to make something, we all have this moment of like being in an alien world. It's like we've been shot into outer space.
Yeah.
And because you're dealing with that response, we tend to like kind of make everything smaller. It's the fight or flight response. So we make everything smaller and quieter. Our eyes start to shift around. We get a little nervous. And not only that, the camera takes a layer of energy off of everybody just because there's a distance between you and actually physically connecting to people. So you do have to get your energy up. You got to lift it up a little bit. And one of the things that I share on camera is that I usually jump up and down before I do any of my videos. And it seems totally absurd to be like in fancy clothes and a necklace making a video and then jumping up and down like my kids do. But it does help to lift your energy, and it also shakes off that like in front of the camera funk that you have. So that's one of the mistakes and easy tips. And then another easy tip is, and this is a technological one, invest in a microphone. Because even if sometimes the lighting isn't 100%, but we can still see you on camera, if we don't get that warmth and connection that comes from your voice coming through the microphone, if there's a distance along with the straight up distance that video can create, then we really don't have a chance to connect to your message. So a good mic will cost you maybe $25. And if you pair that up with your iPhone or your camera phone, then we get that really close connection, that resonance that's coming from your heart when you're speaking. So invest in that $25 microphone and boost your level of sound.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I did. I invested in a new webcam and actually a Blue Yeti microphone. And
there you go.
Yeah, well, I went on some training with one of our guests that is further up in the lineup, and I know that you know exactly who I mean. And you know, you make a commitment, right? So I knew that I wanted some training in this area, so I made that investment, and then I got the tools to actually make what I was being taught work for me. You know, so I love that when you're ready to just explore, and I do share actually. I was saying to another guest that I had the webcam and the Blue Yeti microphone, and I'm thinking, what other excuses are you going to make, Iona? Because you've got you know, you just invested in the mat, you've got the webcam, now you've got the microphone. You know, you've got to go for it, and that was kind of like, this is it. Just go for it. So,
Well,
but go, jump in.
I was just gonna say we're doing this because we are people who have a desire to help, to transform, and to serve. We've invested our time and energy to be trained properly and to dig in deeper to our area of expertise. That usually involves learning another language. It may not be, you know, we may be still speaking our native tongue, but we're learning a language of our world so that we can convey that to the people we want to help. So everything is about the communication to be able to reach across and make the difference for that person. Get what you need to deliver that communication. Like, make the technological investment, make the learning and education investment. This is your purpose. You are being stingy if you do not get that message delivered to the other side. You got to deliver it to the other side, or you're not really delivering on what you're promising to people. So Tech makes a difference, but when it's all said and done, it's all in that big corral of communication and making sure that the other person receives it so that they can get the benefit and value of it.
Yeah, definitely, 100% there. I'm with you on that. And it isn't until you actually do make that investment and you do say, actually, I'm serious about this. I want to look the best that I can. It doesn't have to be perfect. I want to do my best. And then you feel great, right? You feel great about actually going for it. So I'm going to respect the time. I know that I say 20-minute Google Hangout, guys. I know. But it's just, you just have to go wherever you go, and sometimes you'll know the outcome of when you're moving forward. I moved forward and got in front of the camera. I didn't know who would show up in my life and when, and Dawn just appeared as that divine intervention. And I feel so blessed to have you here, and I know that you're going to share your one strategy for monetizing your calling that our audience can really take away. You can get your freebie below, and then we'll share how they can get in the green room with you. But if we just, and I don't know exactly what Dawn's going to share, obviously, but we know that it's probably going to be connected with video. And so can you share your real big takeaway that our audience can say, yeah, that's me. This is something I'm actually going to do. And guys, just leave a comment below and just let us know, you know, what actions you're going to take. That would be great.
So my one big strategy and takeaway, no surprise I'm sure, is to start making video. And my challenge to you, if you choose to accept it, is start with something that's a minute to a minute and a half long. Use the available equipment you have. Do not go for perfection. Go for connection. And spend a minute and 30 seconds creating video. And then once you've broken through that barrier, you can look to see where else it can fold into your business. And there are so many places that it can deepen and monetize your passion. But start with a minute and 30 seconds and just get it done. Like the minute you get off this green room, pick up your phone, do a selfie video with a nugget for your audience. That's it.
I love it. So that's our challenge, right, guys? So we're going to be expecting to see some videos that are 30 seconds, a minute long, and we want to know what you do in the world and how you feel called, and you know, monetizing your calling in a new way. Or you might be thinking, actually, I want to go down this road and it's been bugging me and I just need to get out of my own way. We'll happily, you know, have a look in the community and share, because once you start to do this, you're going to see the magic happen. And people, please be kind, right? Give some feedback and just, have fun with it. Have fun with it. You guys have seen me on camera, like I say, I wasn't, and I still not, I still get like, oh my gosh. But I have a message, and so this ties in with getting into the green room with Dawn, and I was shared throughout the days of the Social Summit, and I will continue to share what my big vision and mission is, and how and why that has led me to come from behind closed doors and get in front of the camera and say, what my vision and mission is to bridge the gap from training school to what I call vibrant practice building. And what better way to do that and get your message out there is to speak it and to engage with people, and it feels, with Google Hangouts and video, it feels like more of a connection. And so when I came out of training school, I would have loved for somebody to just show me the business and the marketing side of stuff, and we know that we have to learn this and we have to learn that. And my guests have actually invested, I would say thousands, well, it's thousands, and thousands of hours, dollars. They've had their mistakes of what's not working, and they've had their successes. And so Dawn has agreed to do a full interview with me, a teleseminar and PDF interview, and she's also set aside some time live in her green room today on Dawn's Featured Day. If you're here on Dawn's Featured Day, I will announce how you can get in the green room and ask her some questions, not only about her freebie, what's come up for you, about creating that 1-minute video, and also just coming and hanging out with the right people that can push you forwards and just not let you off the hook and say, oh, it doesn't matter if you get on video or not, it doesn't matter if you get your message out there. It does matter. This is your purpose, as Dawn says, being stingy with it. So we've created a space for all of the real like-minded people that come to the Social Summit. And I say, Dawn, that 8% of our audience will come and enjoy the strategies, enjoy the freebies, and that's fine, and they're not ready to take it to the next level. If you are ready to say, actually, I want to start implementing, and I want to put video in my business, I want to get those search engine rankings, I want to start on Google and do my opt-in video, and I want to do it with like-minded people, then we've created that space. I'm interviewing all of my guest experts, and we're packaging up all of those interviews, and I can tell you it's mind-blowing. It gives me goosebumps thinking that my guests have agreed to do this for me. You don't get this anywhere else. There's tools, tips, and strategies that is really about shortcutting your learning curve. You're here to monetize your calling. We want to show you how to fulfill your life's purpose and get paid in the process. And that's what the full interviews are about. I'm housing all of the interviews in our private mastermind community. If you know the power of masterminding and networking with like-minded people, you'll know that clicking on the link below and going and just checking it out could be a game-changing moment for you, right? Either when I went through Dawn's video series and Dawn mentioned, do you know what, if you put video in your business, imagine where you'll be this time in a year, in 12 months or 3 months, or, just starting and learning from people who have already done what you want to do is just absolutely priceless. And I don't go through the big, hard sales pitch because I don't need to. This is about your purpose and fulfilling it and reaching the people, your divine tribe. And if you are ready to expand your lifestyle, your spiritual business, and the planet with your soul purpose, we will welcome you in. Dawn will be there live in the green room to answer your questions. I, for one, can't wait. So I'm going to respect your time. Dawn, is there anything that you would like to add? Because I could go on forever and a day.
I'm just delighted. Thank you so much for creating the D.I.V.E Social Summit so that we can collect all this amazing brain power in one place. And what I especially really appreciate is, like you said, hanging out with the right people, because oftentimes when we're entrepreneurs like this, we're sitting in our offices by ourselves. Maybe we have some folks that we're connecting with over the phone, a networking group here or there, but this is such a great access point for people that are solo in business or starting something or transitioning something to see the wealth of talent and smarts and masterminding capability that's out there. So I just want to say thank you to you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, guys, we're actually gifting the mastermind community to you. It's usually $27 a month. I put some bonus gifts on that page. The interview series, I'm going to discount the package for you throughout the social summit. After that, the doors are going to close and the price is going to go up because I know the value. I know the time it's taken for my guests to get to where they are in business. And Dawn, how long have you been in business, right?
I've been 15 years in business strategy for Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, this is priceless, guys. I really appreciate you being here on day 4 of the D.I.V.E Social Summit. It's the #1 divine intervention virtual event. I feel so blessed to be able to put this framework and bring it to you in divine timing. So I'm going to wrap up and I shall see you in the green room. Leave your comments below, grab Dawn's freebie, check out the next page, and I shall see you in day 5. Take care.